everybody, I'm starting a blog on Gypsy jazz guitar where I'll post a series of instructional videos so that you can learn the technique developed by Django Reinhardt and now followed by many Gypsy jazz guitar players all over the world. I'm from Portugal. I've been playing guitar for 20 years now, and I'd like to start off by the basics and talk a little bit about Gypsy picking and why are Gypsy guitar players so picky about the picking and how to achieve this particular kind of sound. Okay, the guitar. This is a Gypsy jazz guitar. It's a little bit different from regular folk guitars. It's different from nylon string guitars, classical guitars, because it's been designed to achieve a particular kind of sound. The Gypsy jazz sound is percussive, has a percussive feel to it. It's inspired, this is not an original Selmer McFerry, but the design is inspired on those kind of guitars. And they've been really designed for this kind of sound and also for this kind of picking, because anatomically your arm and your hand are going to fall in place automatically to achieve the kind of picking and strength that you're looking for. So really invest on getting a good Gypsy jazz guitar if you're serious into achieving the real feel of the Gypsy jazz guitar sound. The pick is of course very important on the Gypsy picking because you're looking for a heavy percussive sound, as I mentioned earlier, and you really need a very stiff and very thick pick to achieve it. I use these wagon picks, let me show you closer, which are really thick. This one is 3.5 millimeters thick, but they can get up to 5 millimeter thick picks. And you really need to get it because otherwise the pick will bend or will not give you the kind of strength on your picking that you're looking for. And these picks are very carefully designed. They are not really flat picks. I don't know if you can see here. You see they're slightly curved in the edge, so you can achieve a really smooth picking. And they also have thumb grips, and that will help you with your picking. So these are carefully designed to help you achieve the right picking mechanics. And you should hold it like this. Okay, just gently let it rest on your index finger and then lock it with your thumb. Let me see if I can get a better angle. Just let it rest on your index finger and lock it with the thumb. So the golden rules on Gypsy picking are never to rest your hand on the bridge of the guitar, and if you have to touch the top of the guitar, do it slightly, because otherwise you'll dampen the sound. And the Gypsy jazz sound is all about volume, because Gypsy players had to make themselves be heard on top of an orchestra if needed. So Gypsy picking, soloing and rhythm is all about the volume, and Gypsy picking is designed on this specific way because it will help you get the maximum volume with minimal effort. So this one is the first golden rule of the guitar. Don't rest of the Gypsy picking. Don't rest your hand on the bridge, and don't touch the top of the guitar too much or too hard. Golden rule number 2: do a rest stroke, which is different from a downstroke. We'll see that in a little while. Do a rest stroke whenever you change strings. It's a simple and very effective rule. Sometimes hard to accomplish when you're doing arpeggios. Descending arpeggios is very hard to achieve, but it's very important. Okay, so I hope this is a good angle for you to understand the difference in picking posture between alternate or economy picking and the Gypsy picking. In alternate picking or economy picking, you're gonna rest your hand on the bridge and take it from there, and only move your wrist gypsy picking, you're going to angle your arm and your wrist, and you're going to let gravity work for you, and you're going to use the whole strength of your arm and your wrist. So here, whereas you'll call this a downstroke whenever you're picking downwards with your hand rested on the bridge, this is a downstroke. But if you do a downstroke and you let the pick rest on the following string, you call this a rest stroke, and that's what gypsy picking is all about. You have the same with the fingers. This is a free stroke, but this, where the finger rests on the next string, is going to be a rest stroke. So it's the same reasoning that you're going to use with the pick resting on the following string, and you get maximum volume. Too much volume. Maximum volume from this. So rest strokes will be this. And down strokes and up strokes will be this. Alternate picking, the hand stuck on the bridge. Gypsy picking, hand free. So traditional picking, and gypsy picking. So you can see instantly stronger and brighter. If you're going in an ascending arpeggio, is the same as sweep picking with your arm angled so that it won't touch the bridge. And the thing complicates on the descending pattern, because you need a rest stroke every changing string. Chromatic runs. As a side note, I'd like to recommend Michael Horwitz's excellent book, Gypsy Picking, that you can find on, check out and buy on Django Books. It really makes a difference and has a lot of picking patterns where you can study and understand and apply gypsy picking at its best. So last, a very small historical note on the gypsy picking history. As I said, it probably developed because of the need for volume that gypsy jazz players had to make themselves heard above horn players or drum players. And this is the technique most effective, where gravity will work for you, so minimal effort and maximum volume. It could also be that it's influenced by Django having started off by playing the banjo, and this was a technique used by banjo players, and he simply may have translated this into the guitar and kept with this kind of picking. So see you on the next video, where we will talk about gypsy rhythm, what the French jazz manouche players call la pompe. See you next time.